Master of Plexus. And tonight I am coming to you guys with real stories, real people. It's always a pleasure for me to get to know new ambassadors on our team, people who have given Plexus a chance and they are loving it. And so every time I do this call and another call that we do, Stories of Hope, I never really know the testimonies that people are going to share. These are fairly new individuals on our team that have had amazing results. And so this will be my first time hearing these stories. So I'm super excited every time I do these calls for that reason. So without further ado, we're going to jump right in. Our first guest tonight, I'm trying to see where she is. I know she's here though. We are going to hear from Wendy Hicks. So you go ahead and take it away, Wendy. Tell us where you're from, how you got introduced to Plexus, when you got introduced to Plexus, and share with us just all of your wins, health wins, financial wins, business wins, personal growth wins, whatever that may be.
Well, thank you. First of all, I want to say thank you for the invite. And I want to start off with, my name is Wendy Hicks. I'm from Fayetteville, North Carolina. And Miss Cheryl Hunter was the one who introduced me to Triplex. And I started Triplex in February of this year. And it has been great for me. To start with my wins and my story, in 2018, I was diagnosed with a immune disease, which is called polymyositis. And what it does, it affects my muscles. It's like the cousin to MS. I was diagnosed in October in 2018, and I was going through a lot, which Cheryl didn't know. She didn't know what, because we hadn't seen each other in a while. But I was going through a lot, and I was became disabled because of this disease. I was down in the bed. My kids had to help me get dressed. They had to get me in and out of bed. And for about like 2 months, I was dependent on my children. So when they sent me home from the hospital, they sent me home with steroids and methotrexate. And I refused to quit. I refused to stop. And with that said, it put a lot of weight on me. And I was up to 297 pounds. Now, you guys, I'm only 5 feet tall. Oh. So I had a lot of inflammation in my body, and I was so depressed. I was going through so much. With that being said, 2019, I lost my father. And that was a lot more stress on me. Still going through, at his going home service, I wasn't even able to hardly make it because I couldn't walk. So my cousin had to actually help me into the church. 2020, I lost my daughter. June of last year, I lost my child, leaving behind 2 toddlers. Well, a 3-year-old and 4-year-old at that time. So I'm full of stress right now, y'all. And I'm like, Cheryl reached out to me, and me and her was talking, and she started telling me about Plexus. And I was like, I can't do nothing else but try something because I'm already down here already. So I said, sure, I'll try it. I had just came off a fast with the church. We had been fasting for 2 weeks. And I was waiting to come off that fast before I started. So as when I got through fasting, I started the triplex, and I didn't tell anybody about it. And my family was watching me. I didn't know my sister was watching me. She was watching me hard, okay? And I was on it for like 2.5 weeks. I walked in my mom's house one day, and my sister looked at me, and she was like, "What are you doing?" And I stopped, and I'm like, "What you talking about?" She said, "You are losing weight. You're losing weight like crazy." And I said, "Really?" She said, "Yes." She said, "What you doing?" And I told her about the Plexus. And she's like, "Really?" I said, "Yeah, girl." So she jumped on the phone. She called my other sister. And my other sister, she has the immune disease also. So she called me up, and she like, "Why didn't you tell me you found something else that what helping you? I tell you everything. So I was like, I was just trying it out, y'all, to see how it worked first. So lo and behold, I lost 20 pounds the first 2.5 weeks
Wow.
of being on triplex. And I was like, oh my God, I found something that helps me. Because all of this that I've been through, with taking all the steroids, which caused a lot of inflammation in my body, and I had a 3-year-old and 4-year-old that I can't hardly move to get up and down and run behind. My life had just crushed, and I needed to do something different. So whenever I started and I seen that it was helping my body, and I was able to maneuver without hurting. You guys, when I got out of bed in the morning, I had an exercise ball that I would get on every morning, crawl out, I would slide out my bed and get on this exercise ball. That's how I would get up in the morning, you guys. I would bounce on this ball to get myself up every morning. I couldn't get up and just stand up because my muscles wouldn't allow me to. I was so weak. And only myself know this. Nobody in my family knew what I was going through. I hid it from everybody. I had to pick up something off the floor one day. I couldn't get up. I had to call my son to come and help me get off the floor. I was stuck on the floor for about 30 minutes till he got to the house to help me get off the floor. So I'm gonna tell you, plexus have been wonders for me. Now that I've been taking plexus, my CK level has dropped tremendously. I had a CK level, you guys, when I first started off, 13,000, I'm sorry. And with
Cindy,
that, yes, ma'am.
can you tell them what CK levels are? Some people may not know.
Yes, ma'am. CK level is when the proteins in your bloodstream leaks out, and it causes your muscles to weaken. And it also affects your kidney and your liver, all the internal organs in your body. So when my CK level was high at 13,000, the doctor, he called me in. He started telling me about what it called, how it can damage my internal organs. And so therefore, I was telling him about, how methotrexate, it is for people who have cancer. It's medication that people who have cancer. And then I was on the steroids, and it causes inflammation. So all this medicine they had me on causes inflammation. And I began to tell him, everything you got me on causes inflammation in my body. So how am I going to get better? Because the inflammation is going to cause the CK level to go higher. So I stopped taking it. I just quit, because I was like, I'm taking this plexus, and I have to trust in God in plexus. And since I've been taking plexus, I haven't taken the steroids or the methotrexate in 2 months, you guys.
Wow.
In 2 months. I went back to the doctor. My CK level had dropped down to 5,000.
Wow. From 13,000
to 5,000.
Wow.
Yeah. But that's not all. I went back just Monday of this week. My CK level, guys, is 1,500.
Oh my goodness.
I feel so great. Yes.
Yes.
And I'm able to maneuver with my grandkids now. I'm able to get on their level. I can get on the floor now and move around without them. Come here, man. Without him helping me up. This little one right here, he will grab my hand, you guys. He helps me up out the bed. He helps me up. He pulls me. This is my hero right here, you guys. This is my hero.
Wow.
And I just want to thank God, and just thank Plexus for and thank you, Cheryl. Thank you for just introducing it to me. It's been a wonder. It's been great, you guys.
Wow. Well, Wendy, you haven't even talked about the fact that you went Fast Start Gold. Like, what's happening? You got us all in tears.
I'm sorry. Well,
oh my goodness.
I began to, well, people look, I just began to share my posts on Facebook with my friends and my family. I told my church members about it, and people they saw me, and they seen how I was losing the weight and how it was helping me, because they remember with me being on a walker. They remember how people was helping me around, and they believed in me, and they saw that it made a difference in my life. So they want to try it too.
Wow. I am so blessed by your testimony, Wendy. You have no idea how many people you've touched tonight. And let me tell you guys, there's a couple things that Wendy said, lots of things that she said that were just unbelievable, but huge nuggets that we can all use as takeaways. First thing is that you must share, because that's what caring looks like. Because what did her sister say? Why haven't you shared? Why didn't you share with me? And you were waiting to get some results, right?
Right.
And you have no idea how many people are praying for an answer. They're praying for an answer. And while Wendy was dealing with a certain autoimmune issue that a lot of other people may not have even heard of, right? If she was waiting for her particular results, how many people out there are suffering from possibly fibromyalgia, lupus, Lyme, all these other issues that people are struggling with, and they're praying for an answer. And so you waiting for your testimony, your CK levels to go down 12,000 points is not going to benefit somebody else, but just sharing, you guys, is so incredibly important. That's the first thing that I gathered from your testimony. The second thing I gathered from your testimony is like, how faithful is God, right? Because he knew that you needed an answer to be able to be strong enough and well enough and whole enough to be able to take care of those beautiful grandbabies of yours. And so the fact that he used Cheryl to be a conduit for you to get your life back lets me know that God is always right on time. And then finally, I just was so impressed that you got these results from taking the triplex. And I have to ask, have you not even started taking the loading dose of ease? Because that's really what is recommended for increased levels of inflammation or systemic inflammation in the body.
I did try ease, and then I did try ease, and then I jumped to Metaburn, because since I've been on it since February, you guys, I have lost 37 pounds.
Wow.
And it's still working wonders for me.
Well, just keep doing what you're doing. But if you ever feel like you're at a plateau,
right,
get some ease, because I'm telling you, the loading dose of ease is an absolute game changer, especially for people that have systemic inflammation that they're dealing with. So thank you, Wendy, for just sharing your incredible testimony. I cannot tell you how much you blessed me tonight, but I'm sure many others who will hear this in the playback and everyone who's on. So thank you again, Wendy. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. So next up is Tanya. She is going to be sharing with us where she's from, how she got started with Plexus, who introduced her to Plexus, what life was like before Plexus and what life is like now, and all of your wins. So take it away, Tanya. Oh, wait, let me unmute you. I'm trying to, okay. I think you need to unmute yourself because it's saying I have to ask you to. There you go.
Okay, I'm Tanya. I live in Gary, Indiana. And sharing my story tonight is a privilege. The story we just heard was absolutely amazing. And that's the kind of God we serve. Now, in my journey, I started on Plexus probably mid-May. and I came under Jason and Lavina Slaughter. Now, I heard Summer's story. He sent me a thumbnail video, and I started listening to it, but I wasn't convinced. You know, it just seemed like it was something else that was coming across for somebody to listen to, you know, and so I wasn't very encouraged with it until I started hearing her story. Well, I signed up for it May 1st, but what I'd been dealing with was autoimmune deficiency and disease with thyroid issues. I've been dealing with it for 29 years. And when I first heard about it, I didn't know anything about it because you don't know what's in your body until it starts acting up. So anyway, the first doctor that I saw was a doctor that I trusted. And when he told me that I had this issue, I was devastated and I was starting asking him questions. He stopped seeing me that day. He told me, you need to go somewhere else. So that was the start of me feeling very down with it. So to date, I have seen 9 to 10 doctors. My symptoms were so dramatic. When I was underactive, I would stay in the emergency room from the symptoms exploding. You know, I didn't understand what was going on in my body. It made me feel like I was leaving here. And then after so many years, it went to overactive. And underactive, your body is not making enough of what it needs hormonal wise. So everything is thrown off. Everything is out of balance. And the overactive, it was making too much. So as we go on, it was when I would have episodes, I would be in bed for several days. I would need help getting up out of bed, even going to the bathroom. Nobody could help me. And it isolates you. It makes you feel, I felt embarrassed. I felt with the symptoms, I had eye bulging. I had a neck goiter. I had a lot of things that it's one thing to deal with sickness on the inside, but when it starts to show itself on the outside, it's very hard to deal with. And nobody could help me. And I remember my mom, she's deceased now. She came over and I was having one of those episodes and she says, I want to know everything about this disease because she would see the shape that I would be in. And my heart would feel like a roller coaster was in it, like it was going up and down. And I didn't even think that my husband understood what was going on. Sometimes you feel like you're over stating things, but that's how you feel. And so I had to go to the emergency room this particular night, and they put me onto the heart machines. And the lady saw what was going on. And I remember, even in all of that distress, how happy I felt that there was proof of what I was going through. And it's just been a long journey. Recently, I would say in the last 2 years, my doctor told me, he said, your thyroid levels are so high that you could have a stroke or something. He said, so we're going to have to do something. They gave me this radioactive iodine. The radioactive iodine, when I went into the hospital to get it, the lady put on gloves. This is something that I have to ingest. She put gloves on and took the pill out of a little egg-shaped thing. And I'm looking and I'm thinking, I have to take that and you're wearing gloves? So she gave it to me. I prayed over that pill and took that pill, but that I could not be around anybody for 7 days. All I smelled coming out of my body, even showering, whatever I was doing, I smelled the chemical of that. My hair started to come out. My nails started to break. I was just devastated over this whole thing. So when I heard about Plexus, I had been praying and asking God, I need help, Lord. I need an answer. What can I do? I'm trying turmeric. I'm trying this and I'm trying that. I'm tired of taking the medications. I'm sorry. I'm tired of taking the medications. I'm tired of feeling like this. I can't even get up off the couch. I'm always laying down because I'm so sick. Once I started taking Plexus, the first day, that energy got me up off the couch. I walk 3 days a week with my husband, 3 miles, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I have energy out of the wazoo. I can clean up, do anything that I need to do. I'm a crafter, interior decorator, so I love doing that. I'm interacting with my granddaughter that is here visiting. She's 2 years old. You know the exuberance they carry. So it's just been a game changer for me. And I have to keep my excitement down when I'm introducing the product to people, because the minute they ask me, how are you? Oh, I'm fine now that I'm on Plexus. And I just get to explaining to them how powerful this has been for me and how I've been sick for so long. This feels strange to me because sickness had become my norm. Taking those pills had become my norm. And now I'm back to myself.
Honestly, I don't have any words, Tanya. I don't. Like, y'all have just taken me out tonight. This is incredible. And Tanya, you're telling me that you dealt with thyroid issues for 29 years?
Yes.
And the
Yes.
first day on Plexus, you started to feel a difference.
Yes.
Can you tell me, dear, what products you're on?
I'm on the triplex.
Can you tell me exactly which Slim, exactly how many ProBio 5, and exactly how many BioCleanse you're taking?
I take one ProBio 5 at night. I take the Slim drink in the morning along with my thyroid pill and the BioCleanse, one BioCleanse.
That's it?
That's it. My muscle pain has even started to go. I would be in pain every day. The muscle pain all over my body.
Wait, which Slim are you taking, dear? Slim Microbiome Activating or Slim HC?
Slim, that's the flavors, right? The little packet.
Is it a little packet or like a real long packet?
The long packet.
So the hunger control.
No, I don't think it's that one. Let me see which one this is.
And you've been consistently taking it every day, the triplex, the one ProBio 5 at night and one BioCleanse since May?
Yes.
You're not upping your amount of ProBio 5 or BioCleanse?
No.
Please start. You're going to feel even better. Trust me.
Okay, what do you want me to do? This is what I take.
Let me see. That's microbiome activating. Okay. So you just drink one of those a day, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And do you drink it at the same time as your thyroid medication, or are you spacing it out some? Because most of the time they tell you when you're on thyroid meds that you space that out.
Well, my sponsor, Jason, he told me to take my thyroid with that in the morning. And at night, he said, don't take it with the ProBio 5. That's what he told me.
Don't take what with the ProBio 5?
Take my thyroid medication with the ProBio 5.
Technically, you really shouldn't be taking it with the Slim. So I would space it out just a little bit. And I really feel the need to say this on the call just because your thyroid medication, you don't want to cancel that out.
Okay.
And a lot of people suffer from thyroid issues. And so I know that if this is played back, people will hear this. So I want that to be known that you really do want to space it out. So let's just say, for argument's sake, this is anybody on the call. If you wake up at 6 a.m. and you take your thyroid medication as soon as you wake up, you want to space your Slim out until around 8 or 9. Okay. Oh. Yeah. And then it doesn't really matter when you take your ProBio 5 and BioCleanse. It's great that you're able to take, you do remember to take your ProBio 5 at night at bedtime?
Yes.
The reason why your sponsor probably told you to do that is because the probiotic is breaking things down in your system.
Okay.
So it is suggested that you take it at night, even though I don't take it at night, I never have, but it is suggested to take it in at nighttime because the probiotic has a digestive enzyme and antifungal that breaks things down, usually better when your body is at a resting state. So that's the reason why I suggested to take that in the evening. But anybody that's listening to this playback, if you can't remember to take it at night, like I can't, then just take it whenever you do in the daytime, during the daytime. Okay. But I would highly suggest though, Tanya, that you up your Probio 5 and up your BioCleanse, because if you're feeling this amazing, all the way from May until now, just taking one a day, you're going to feel incredible by increasing your BioCleanse amount. You can take from 4 to 6 a day with BioCleanse. Okay. You just want to make sure that you're eliminating at least 2 to 3 times a day. If you eat 2 to 3 times a day, and then upping your Probio 5, because being on thyroid medication for that many years, there's a lot of cleansing and healing that needs to be done to your gut.
Okay.
And so I can't imagine how much better you're going to feel by just increasing the amount of the other 2 products that you're on. But you have such an incredible testimony, Tanya.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing tonight. Well, guys, oh wait, Tiana, my sister Tiana's in the comments. She said she's been taking her thyroid pill at bedtime for years. But she's not taking it at the same time as her Slim, because she's not taking her Slim at night. You see what I'm saying? So as long as you're spacing it out.
Okay.
So, Tiana, do you want to share anything else about that? Or are you good? I don't want to put it on the spot, but I kind of did.
I'm sorry. No, I just wanted to just share that years ago, my doctor told me that it was okay for me to take my thyroid. I have a very low dose of the thyroid levothyroxine, and so I've been taking that for years, and I take it at bedtime. Well, I typically take it at bedtime when I think about taking it, and the reason I'm saying that is because since I have been using the X Factor Plus, I have not really been taking my thyroid, and my numbers look good.
Wow.
So, I mean, I do have the prescription still, and I do try to stay consistent with it. But honestly, I've gone sometimes a few weeks or more, and I've felt no side effects from not taking my thyroid pill, and I have a half of a thyroid.
Wow. So tell me, Tiana, why do you think that it's the X Factor? Are you on X Factor or X Factor Plus?
I'm the X Factor Plus. So even like when I was taking the X Factor before the X Factor Plus came out, I felt like I had the energy. I didn't have any sort of what would be side effects from not having too low of a thyroid, hair shedding and all those different things. And so then when the X Factor Plus came out and this particular X Factor really targeted thyroid, I was like, wow, okay. So I've been on that since it came out, which has been how many years?
At least 4 years now, 3 to 4 years now.
Yeah. And every time I go and have my blood work done, I have no problems with my blood work. It's normal. My TH4s and 3s are like good.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm just going to assume that it's got to be the X Factor because there's nothing else, Yeah. So, but that's it.
That's my big sis, Tiana. So I'm just so excited to have heard these testimonies tonight. Y'all have touched me and blessed me in so many ways. I'm super excited that we streamed this into our other page so many, many individuals can hop on this playback and listen to these life-changing testimonies. So Tanya and Wendy, thank you so much for heeding the call and for praying for an answer and saying an answer when it was placed in your path. That's huge. So many of us pray for an answer when the Lord brings it to us, we don't realize that it's there. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate everybody for hopping on tonight to Real Stories and Real People, and y'all have a great rest of your week and an awesome weekend. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you all.
Thank you, ladies.
Wow, thank you
Thank
guys.
you. Good
Thank you,
night.
ladies, for
Thank you,
sharing.
ladies.
So
Good night.
beautiful.
Bye.